Hello beautiful souls and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Now today we're going to be talking about whether you think you're beautiful or not and why do you think that. Before we start this, I just want to explain that all of the videos is just my journey, my experiences. I want to share everything that I have with you that have helped me, that what didn't help me. I want to share that also. I'm sharing something that I wish that I heard before and how I came from zero to where I am today, and maybe one day I'll say from zero to hero, why not? But I just wish someone can listen to this and it can help them. If you need professional help, go and ask for professional help. I'm not an expert and I'm not a doctor. I just want for someone like me that needed to hear something like this to maybe find another one and just help them as well. So that's pretty much it. If you like these types of videos, subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever you want down below, and we'll try and make more videos and more content like this. I want my channel to be something that is relaxing, but that is gonna give you tools. I can throw in something like trying the Philadelphia cheese, it doesn't matter, as long as it's something that is positive. I want for you to come on this channel, just have a great time, learn something, or just chill out, basically. So make your life better. That's the whole point. If nothing of this resonates with you, just don't watch it. That's simple as that. If you do like it, subscribe it so I know what works, what doesn't, what you want more of. And again, comment, again, anything that you want. So let's start. Do you think that you are beautiful? Or, in English it's more beautiful for maybe female, but I'm gonna ask in general. I don't care what gender you are, nothing. Do you feel when you look at yourself in the mirror, when someone is mentioning you as a beautiful person, do you think that you are? Honestly answer your question. Don't be like, yeah, I am, but you actually don't believe it. Just, if you need to pause this video, pause it, but I genuinely think majority of you are gonna know the answer straight away. Now, for me, if you ask me if I do feel beautiful, I do. Do I feel happy? I do. Can I be more? Yes. So don't think that there's like, you've reached this perfection. I mean, that there's no such thing. We're perfectly fine the way we are. We don't need to reach for the perfection. But do you feel beautiful? That's the point. Do you feel beautiful? Now, if the answer is no, because the majority of you are going to say no, a lot of you are going to say no, I'm going to talk about why no. A lot of people that I've discussed with that they don't feel beautiful is always at least someone, at least one person, whether it was in school, whether it was from their parents, whether it was from anyone, they heard that they're not good, that they're not beautiful, that they're ugly, that they're fat, that they're skinny, that they're whatever it may be. By bringing all of those beliefs back, we can see looking into ourselves in the mirror and say we're not beautiful. There's so many beautiful, even let's say women, models out there that they don't feel themselves and see themselves as beautiful as the rest of the world. And everyone is like, are you joking? If I were like you, I would be astonished by my beauty, let's say. But they don't feel themselves as beautiful. Why? Because again, in the previous moment, anywhere in the past, something has happened that they don't see themselves beautiful anymore. Now, what I'm going to tell you, you may not believe, and personally, you should. But anyway, no, not all of you are going to believe this. Every single one of you is beautiful. Every single one of you is beautiful. Every single one of you is beautiful. When I was younger, my grandma would say, do you know why you're so beautiful? Why are you so, I used to be like successful and long legs and, I don't know, from my country, I consider myself average, but she's like, you know why you are? I'm like, why? Because your grandma kept saying that you are. And maybe it didn't click back then, maybe it did. Not sure now. I can say both, but anyway. But that's the point. If you had someone your whole life saying you're successful, you're beautiful, you have long legs. We have Lepa Brena in Serbian, and she always used to compare me to her because she has long legs. Apparently, I don't know. She's known more for her singing than her long legs, at least for me. Anyway, there is someone who has longer. But when you think about it, if you have been brought up, first of all, by maybe parents that weren't even thinking about giving you a compliment, but only telling you what you did wrong. If you have parents who have been more about, well, it's the most important thing that you accomplished this and that, mind that. Maybe you would like, well, if you were supposed to mind it, it's because you're not. If they never told you, if, God forbid, even your parents or someone told you that you're ugly, well, especially as a kid, then it's in your belief system. You can see someone that has been told you're ugly, you're not worth it, you're this, you're that it's going to be pronounced on their physical appearance, that they're more, especially in their confidence. But it is going to be that, as opposed to someone who's listening, oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Even a plant, when you tell them you're beautiful or you suck and you're ugly, are going to behave differently. You have so many different experiments like this, where people would, let's say, cook the same rice, put it in 2 different separate compartments. On one they would write happy, beautiful, thank you. On the other one, I hate you, you're ugly, whatever. But 2 different vibrations in the fridge. Every time they would open a fridge, they would see this tub. It's the same rice. You can put it in the same tubs, both clean, nothing is different, but your vibration in your focus and those words on that tub. And I remember when I saw the experiment the first time, the person that actually opened the love you, I thank you rice, perfectly fine. I don't know after how many days. The other one was moldy. They did experiment in schools. If no one has heard of this, you know, I know some of you have heard this before, but some of you haven't. That's why I'm talking about this. Where they would put 2 different plants in schools. They would ask from kids, to this plant say, I love you, thank you, I don't know, something positive, high vibrational was on it. And on the other side was something low, like I hate you, or you disgust me, or whatever. Whenever they would pass it, again, 2 plants, nothing, just plants. This one would grow and would bloom, it would be amazing, tall, whatever. The other one would die. The same thing. Now imagine that you've listened from the beginning, something so low vibrational about you, or some people would say negative about you, for such a long time, then afterwards you continued. Because why would they tell you that you're, let's say, fat, when you can say, well, I'm fat, I don't care, but deep down inside you don't actually feel that good. I'm not saying you can be overweight and, you know, happy. I don't know if I put that right. You can be overweight and happy, which doesn't mean that you can't be happier. But some people would say, I'm beautiful, but they wouldn't actually believe that. Or they would say, well, I remember in the reason why in, what's that film called? But Fat Amy, when she says, well, I'm calling myself Fat Amy, so the people can't do it behind my back. That's the principle. That's the way it is. But sometimes people say it in their heads. So if they hear it, it's not, you know, I already told myself that. Every single thing that you tell yourself is reflecting on your body, on your mind, on your behavior, on your vibration, on everything. When you drink water, if you say thank you to the water, or as opposed to I hate you, you have this in With the Bleep Do We Know film. Yes, in that film. You have, under the microscope, you can see how different the molecules of water are. Just by they even have molecules of water that was being blessed by a monk. If you don't, I think you have What the Bleep Do We Know on YouTube, a film. I don't know where else you can see it. I don't know if Netflix has it, I doubt it. But I think on YouTube you have it. It's the water. Now, can you imagine what amazing thing would be if you would look yourself in the mirror. You don't even have to say you're beautiful, which you are, by the way, just remember. But you can say, thank you. Thank you for all these years, this body, this, let's say, a vehicle on this physical planet has brought me here. Thank you. You know, my legs, my arms are working. If you don't, whatever it is that you have, focus on that. My sight, my hearing, my, ability to communicate. Because I am today who I am. And I've done so many things on you, and I've forced you to do so many things. You're still here for me. You're still working for me. Thank you. You can start from that. Can you thank if you have arms, can you thank your arms for having them, for doing all these things? Even when you're having a cup of coffee, cup of water, whatever. Can you imagine there are people that have no arms? Can you imagine that there are people who have no arms, no legs, that are still happy? I'm not saying now you should oh, I'm happy, I have all those things. Oh, no. Don't go to the guilt. Don't go anything. What I'm trying to say is be aware of this. The more you are aware of where you are now, why you are the way you are now, because of the past and everyone that has been telling you all these, I don't know if this is allowed, but crap. Then you're like, okay, they haven't been the happiest people alive. That's why they told me these things. Not because they were happy, not because they knew what they were doing, not because they knew what they were saying, not because of anything. Just they had these challenges in themselves that there are people who are so unhappy that they don't know how to deal with it, but they have to bring someone down in order to bring themselves a little bit up, just even for 5 seconds. Of course, that never lasts, so they have to do it again and again and again. And unfortunately, some parents do it on their kids. Unfortunately, even teachers sometimes do this, which is, for me, I had one of those teachers that in elementary school, that everyone who didn't know her subject was fat, ugly, stupid. Why are they even bothering to come to school? Now imagine if you're, I don't know, the most 13, but she was our teacher from when we were 10 to 13, I think, something like that. Can you imagine now you don't know? I'll change the subject, so maybe, I don't know, I'll say it, it's in English, history. Now everyone is gonna know. If you don't know history, you're ugly all of a sudden. I remember some classmates actually leaving the classroom crying. Your teacher just called you ugly. And she actually said you're ugly. And the shock of, why? She's ugly and stupid and fat because she doesn't know history? And because I knew history, she was the reason why in one moment in time I hated history, because the way that she was. I loved history till she came, because I knew history, I was the golden child. I was getting all the praise and whatnot. And I'm like, how? This is messed up. This isn't the way it's supposed to be. And again, like I said, unfortunately, now I don't know if those classmates have recovered from that, but can you imagine the impact that you have as, a teenager, and just a teacher just called you in front of the whole class that you're ugly, or why did you even bother coming? Or I remember this girl came in with this little bit of eyeshadow on her eyelids and was feeling so beautiful that she, just a little bit, back then you couldn't really wear makeup to school, but just a little bit of touch up here and there, or lip gloss, that was pretty much it. And no mascara, no nothing, that was, a little bit of eyeshadow and maybe lipstick, that's it. And she's like, do you really think because of that eyeshadow that it's gonna make you look beautiful? When you're that ugly, that doesn't help. Do you really don't think she cried herself out? And in one moment, she actually said, if she doesn't come back in 10 minutes, I'm actually gonna write down that she wasn't here during the class. How messed up is that? How can someone even allow her to teach? I'm really hoping she's not teaching, or that someone actually, you know, gave her a lesson. I mean, I don't know, I haven't been back to that school in years. But again, now this woman that said that, the teacher, she has her own issues. She has her own unhappiness. She has her own misery. She has her own unfulfillment. She has her own whatever it is that may be, that she doesn't even know how to behave, naturally, that she attacks someone as a student, as someone who's in puberty, as someone who's now maybe even can doubt herself her whole life just because of that. And that person is so beautiful. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm giving you all of these examples just so you know that it's not the actual you that is not beautiful, that it's actually someone else who didn't know what to do with their life, who were lost, who were confused, who were unhappy, who were, again, unfulfilled, who didn't know how to handle it, and just did it by attacking someone else, who didn't know how to heal, and now is hurting other people. Hurt people, hurt people. Always remember that. So every belief that you have that it's not in you, that every belief that you have that it's not high vibrational, it's always something that someone, even the high vibrational one, it's always something that someone tells you. But now it's up to you to take what you can have for a happier life and remove what you don't need, or change this belief for that belief so that it can serve you. I mean, your purpose in this life is to give your life its purpose. If your purpose is to be happy, it doesn't have to be a purpose like I'm going to be a doctor and save lives. No, your purpose can be just to be happy, just to feel love constantly, not from other people, just from other people. It starts from here. If you need someone to complete you, you'll find someone who needs completion from you. That's not how it works. You need to be whole, happy. You need to be that love that you are. You are not happy with who you are because you believe you're not worthy, which is a total BS. That's the short term. That's why. The worse we feel, it's our emotions telling us we're going further away from the truth. If you feel anything that it's, I'm not worthy, I'm not beautiful, I'm not this, I'm not that, that's why our emotions are an amazing guidance system telling us this is not the truth. This is not who you really are. You are not ugly, you are beautiful. You're not unworthy or worthy. You are not this unhappy person, unfulfilled person. The real you is a happy person. Now, you can't just go from here to here like you're driving with a car, I don't know, 100 miles or kilometers an hour. Now you want to go switch to go that direction. No, you need to slow down, you need to go back. Or imagine a train, it has to stop and then slow and go that direction, which is not a bad thing. Still means it can change. So go from, I don't believe I'm beautiful. Start thanking your body, blessing any single part of your body that you like. Thanking for any single thing that you can really feel that you're thankful for. Let's say, thank you that I can see. I love that I can see. Thank you that I can smell. I love when I can smell coffee. I love when I can smell my lunch. I love when I can smell flowers. Thank you for, I don't know, my hair. Thank you for my skin. Thank you for my hands. Thank you for my feet. Thank you for my stomach, my heart that it's working. Every single thing that you can, thank it. Put some high vibrational thing on it. You don't have to, because you've been telling yourself for so long that you're not lovable, that you're not loved, which you really are. A lot of you are going to have to go through that journey of not figuring out how to love yourself. You can't figure out how to love yourself because you are love. It's just reminding yourself who you are. You need to remind yourself who you are. the more you thank yourself, the more you think, like I said, but believe it, every single vibrational positive high that you can imagine, do it that you can believe it. If you just go and say, thank you, arm, I mean, then don't do that. Do something that you really believe. Okay, thank you. I'm really thankful for you. You will go through this journey of, again, reminding yourself and rediscovering that you are that love, that you are beautiful, that you are worthy. You will maybe one day go and be like, why did I believe them? I went through all that misery, all those days, months, years, decades of not loving myself, of feeling so... Mostly people feel miserable, depressed, angry, but basically unhappy. I just believed them, and they had their own challenges. They had their own issues. It wasn't me. Even they couldn't see how beautiful they are, so they had to call someone else ugly or unworthy, or send everyone love that you can. Everyone deserves, everyone needs love. Everyone is love. But they believed someone else that they're not, and when you don't love yourself, you don't think you're beautiful, you don't think you're this, you don't think you're that, and it's everything in your life goes that direction. Start being aware of it. That's why I say meditation. I know someone is going to roll your eyes, that's why I did this, because I know some of you are going to do this. Meditation makes you be aware in the moment. Makes you be like, when you drink that cup of coffee, you stop and go, okay, I'm going to thank you first. If you're not aware, you're just going to drink coffee and go and be like, oh, I should have thanked it. Never mind, later, and then you never do it. When you're aware, when you're doing things, you're, I can do this now. Thank you, water. Thank you. Most of my body, my brain, everything is water. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for making me feel alive. Be alive, not feel alive. Be alive. Thank you for making good things to my body. Thank it and then drink it. It's gonna, if the molecules of water can change just by us vibrating, sending those vibrations, if the rice can change, if the plants can as well, do you think it's not working on you either? Change those negative, low vibrational thoughts, words, even if when they come again, just try to be aware of them and say, okay, I just told myself I hate you. Let's switch that. You don't maybe have to say I love you if you don't believe that, but you can say, maybe in this moment I don't like myself the way that I wish I do, which doesn't mean that I don't deserve it. I'm gonna try and remove that sentence from my life completely. So every time it pops on in again, don't feel guilt, don't feel nothing in terms of, oh, I felt it again, or I thought it again, or I missed the awareness, or no. Don't try again. Or if you do feel guilty, don't feel guilty about feeling guilty. You know what I mean? Just try, okay, every single time I have this thought, I'll try not to let it skip my awareness, and I'll try to focus from this to something else. Even if it's a nice song that you're gonna put on, even if it's a comedy that you're gonna watch for 2 minutes, whatever it is, but to raise your vibration a bit higher, just a bit. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a bit, for starters, just a bit. Then you can go from here, like this, then you can go a bit higher, and then that, and then this, and then you can go blah, 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 and then in the end, it's gonna be from here that occasionally goes down, but goes back up again. I'm really hoping this helps someone. I really hope that for those of you who don't believe that you're beautiful, to work on yourself so that you can be aware that you are. The more you feel it, the body is gonna change, your face is gonna change, everything is gonna change. Your mood is gonna change, your hormones are gonna change. Everything goes together. You are beautiful. Now you have to change your beliefs by saying the things that you want over and over and over and over again until you believe them, like you believed other people, but for wrong reasons. Well, should I put that? No. wrong reasons over and over and over again. That's how you change your belief. That's what a belief is. You heard something so many times, now you believe it. Now do something, put it on a mirror. Put the sentence that you want on a mirror. Every time you're brushing your teeth, you can say it in your head. Every time you're, I don't know, whatever you're doing, if you're passing the mirror in the house or the closet or whatever it is that you can see it as often as possible, write it, put it. Every single time you pass that place, say it. 1 time, 5 times, 10 times, doesn't matter. Try visualizing you actually believing it. Okay, what would it be if I actually believed that I was beautiful? How would I behave? What would my body be? What would someone who loves themselves do? How would they behave in this moment? What would they choose? How would they be like? Try to imagine that, and then try to, act like as if you are. But the more you feel it, the longer you feel it, the longer you're gonna feel it. Just practice it. I want to thank you so much for existing. I want to thank you so much for not giving up on yourself. I want to thank you that even if you gave up on yourself, you still have that little glimpse of not. Still like, okay, maybe just for a little bit, I have this life for a reason. I'm breathing for a reason. I'm blessed with this life for a reason. I'm alive. There must be something behind it. I'm gonna do this work. Let's see where it takes me. Let's do these methods. Let's meditate. Let's believe this. Let's act as if. Let's everything that makes you feel good. Let's try it. Because there's something in this. Most people, I believe, they feel depressed because they don't know what to do next, because they get confused. I know I was confused by my family members, by what I've been through, my traumas, by me not healing, by being so confused I didn't know what to do next. I just was there, and I think that's, when you feel stuck, you don't know what your next move is, and you don't really feel that you have any energy left, and you feel like your brain is maybe, in your head is a bit foggy, but then you can actually go and clear that fog away. I know when mine cleared, it was brilliant. I used to go through the world actually having, I have even fog in front of my eyes. I couldn't really see the world. I could see. It's not like I needed contact lenses or, I could see, but I couldn't see. I wasn't really there. Now, imagine that you actually can move that away from you. Just strip all of that. Low self-esteem, thinking that you're ugly, what your parents told you, with the traumas from your school, that you can actually heal from all of that and have the happiest life ever that you've ever have been, more than you could even dream of. Let something be there that is like, there is something out there, because there is, why you're here. Let's explore that. Let's give our all and see what it is. There must be a reason why I'm alive. I was at the bottom of my bottomless bottoms. That's not a word. And I went up. How? I don't care. I went up. When that happened, I was like, wow. If I can from here actually rise, when I didn't know what to do next, well, actually it was like, I don't know. I have nothing. I don't know. How am I gonna go through this? And I went up. Honestly, you can do it too. I wish you have that feeling of being so proud of yourself, of having again your eyes open. Oh my God, I actually did this. I love you so much, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.